What is up, everybody? It's Matt Johnson. We are back with another episode of Real Estate Uncensored. This is the place where you get actionable ideas, insight, and information, inspiration to turn your real estate career into a life of freedom. I screwed up the tagline of our own show. Well, this is a great start. This is Friday, as you can very well tell. If you are watching on Facebook right now and you are ready for the weekend, hit heart or like or whatever, and let us know. Guys, we're very, very thankful to be here. We are sans our regularly scheduled guest. Michael Higdon will be back on with us in a few weeks to talk about how to build a business that will withstand any economy, any type of economy. But we've got the Gene Steer. What did I call him earlier? Gene in a bottle?
Yeah, Genie in the bottle.
That's not bad.
Hashtag get exposed.
I don't think I would fit in a bottle, but we'll give it a shot.
No, not big enough. There's ones that are very large, open-air, bizarre markets, which I'm sure we can stuff you into.
I don't know what you're trying to say. I really don't.
Yes, I don't know. Gene Volpe, the man, the Volpinator, is here with us to share. Well, you're going to hang out with us for a while because we don't have a regular guest. So you're going to hang out and deliver a tech tip. You're also going to riff with us as we go through some of the most common objections in real estate, and we're all going to riff on them together in terms of how you can answer them. Greg, you're coming from more of a sales perspective. I will summarily slap that down with a much superior marketing perspective, and then Gene will tell me all about why I'm wrong and Greg's also wrong and Gene is right. So this will be a fun episode. Yeah,
because I'm always going to be right. Yeah. This is why I like these episodes.
I love it.
You guys, hey, happy Friday. I am super excited. Matt and I have been, this last week, I don't know about you guys, has been fucking epically awesome in every single way. I've had some of the best conversations with guys of high level. My production has gone through the freaking roof. Thanks to Hank, my coach Hank, has kicked me squarely in the taint, and I have jumped into gear because I did not like the steel toe boot in the butt. And so our production is going through the roof. We put multiple properties, into escrow. We're picking up listings like it's going out of style. I'm being blessed with different opportunities that Matt and I are going to work on, some for my team, some for the podcast. Also, guys, if you're not getting coached, seriously fucking go get a coach. I put it off for so long. I was coaching in the beginning, but now I cannot tell you how much of a difference that has made. So my week is awesome. We are going to go over the most common responses to objections that we're getting. And the good thing is that I'm holding the paperwork, so Matt can't interject or try to change anything because I get to dictate which way we go next. Thank you, God. Now, back to Gene.
That's
coffee? Mom? What is this? Blessed mom?
Most beautiful mom.
Is that your mug?
Who else's would it be? It's mine.
Naturally, right?
Naturally.
Yes. So listen, that's about all you get out of me. I got good mugs. And it's not coffee. It's 2:00 here on the East Coast. This is vermouth.
What happened to Matt's bourbon Fridays? I thought you were going to do like Scotch Fridays, Matt.
Scotch. I need to pick up a bottle of Scotch. That's true. All right.
Let me in on that. I want it on that too. Let's go.
While we are taking the question, guys, let us know that you're here. Tell us where you're at. We want to know what city you guys work in. Guys, make sure to heart and like the show. Make sure to share it onto your page if you're finding this valuable. Guys, want to be able to develop relationships between and among the people that are watching the show. That way, you guys can keep each other in mind for referrals. So put your location in the comments. But Andrew Spangenberger, this is from the lead gen scripts and objections page, says, I'm calling a buyer lead and the lead says, oh, I already have an agent. I just want some info on the house. So Greg, how would you handle that from there?
Fuck you. That happened to us this week.
Okay.
An agent called in. A buyer called in. They wanted us to, rush out and show them the house. And, thank God Midori was on her game. And she's like, so you're being represented by an agent. They're like, yes. They're like, great. Have them show? I don't know. I haven't called them yet. You call them. We're not going to run around like chicken with our heads cut off. If they just wanted info, sure. Shoot them a little bit of info. Have a little convo with them. Yes, I said combo. I don't know why I'm saying combo.
I don't know.
Very Metro of me, which is not me. Had a conversation with them. Gene's face. They have such a grumpy face. Combo? No, not good.
Phone calls. Bleh.
Yeah. Humans. Yeah. Contact with humans. So what we told them to do is go back, talk to their own agent. Guys, look, you got to protect your time. And Hank is teaching me that I got to protect my time. I'm becoming much more diligent. Yeah, diligent. In regards to my calendar and who gets my time, who does not get my time, blocking it out. And what if it was in a time when I'm supposed to be prospecting and I'm going to follow the shiny object and go chase a buyer that's not even my fucking buyer? Stupid move. Okay? Protect your time.
I like it. Is there ever a case where you think that might be a fake objection, where you might pursue it a little bit further and just ask them, do you have, or did you sign are they an exclusive buyer agent for you, so that they're the main ones that are helping you look for homes? Would you chase that rabbit hole down? Like, would you ask at least one qualifying question just to see if it was like an instantaneous, like, fake objection?
No, I wouldn't, because you know what? If it gets back to the agent that I'm like, I was digging, like, well, Greg was asking me like all these questions about if I was really represented, telling their agent that, then all of a sudden that agent's going like, what the fuck are you doing trying to steal my client? Then all of a sudden shit goes to hell in a handbag.
Well, wait, can I ask a question on that? I mean, if they have an agent that they already have an agreement with, shouldn't there be that middleman there? Why are they calling you directly anyway? I mean,
people don't get it.
No,
yeah, they don't,
people that just don't get it. I mean, they don't know the rules of the game.
They'd be mad at you. The agent's got to have a conversation with their client. It's not on. You called me, man. You want to see the house?
Yeah, no, they want to see the house, but they're being represented, and there's a fiduciary. I'm out, bro.
Yeah.
Ethically, I'm out. You have your people do their thing, and I'm good. That's how I would handle it. But I mean, Gene, what would you do?
I think I would go. I mean, listen. Obviously, we don't want to ever put our license in jeopardy. I say we. I'm not licensed. So I would go about it a different way. I mean, one of the things I probably would do is say, hey, this is not on me to do it. Usually there's a conversation with your agent, and I'd be happy to do that. But if you're interested, give me your email address, and I'll send you some of the information you're requesting with copy your agent on it, and then I have their email address, and we can market to them however we want at that point. I mean, I don't know how ethical that is, but if they're in our –
That's not bad, actually.
Right?
Just add to your database by email, and then you CC the agent, so you're covered.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I like that one.
Build the database.
That does not hurt at all.
Orphan adoption.
Oh, that's a whole new program we could talk about, man. We got to talk about the orphans.
No, okay.
Have we ever talked? We've never talked about the orphans.
No, are we talking about it like in a Tim Howe context of adopting like orphan leads from ex-team members or other agents?
Yeah, but that's not Tim's. That is way older than him.
That's the last person that I did an interview with.
Okay, yeah.
Implementing that. That's the only person I've heard in 2 years mention that by name as the orphan program.
Oh yeah, it's genius. We can do a whole show or half a show on orphans, but
okay. I did want to get to this real quick. First of all, thank you guys, everybody that put down where you guys are at. We got Chico, Morgan Hill, California, Burlingame, St. Louis, Charleston, South Bend, Indiana, which by the way, that's where my operations guy James, as you call him, Sasquatch. Who went to school, as a Notre Dame alum. But there is a really good question here from Casey about, how can I respond to objections about my age? And I know there's a lot of people, I'm sure, that are fans of the show because we're younger and they're younger and coming into the business, whether it's an actual literal age or even just about you being new. So, Greg, how would you handle it from a sales and scripting point of view? Like, you can tell clearly, I mean, Midori is a great example, early 20s. They couldn't have been in the business that long. What do you teach them to say?
Well, Casey has a CCW, which is a concealed weapons license. So, Casey, I'll just pull out that pistol and just slightly put it on the table and be like, is age really going to be a problem? Are you sure? Click.
That's awesome.
Does it really mean that much to you? Chink, chink. All right. Is this thing loaded? Honestly, what I would do is I would go partner up with an older agent. She says deal. I would partner up with an older agent, someone's a little bit more experienced, someone that can have the seniority that you're looking for. I did that with Midori the other day. We went out and we showed these buyers that she picked up. They're anywhere from $1.2 to $2 million buyers. And they kept looking at me, and I let them talk to me, but I kept deflecting everything back over to her. And they said, well, how do we contact you? I'm like, Midori is your contact. Here is your information. She'll reach out to you. So I just built her up. So she stood on my shoulders, and if she got stuck, she got stuck a few times, but I'm very proud of her. It's her first showing. I just stepped in very gently, and I just eased the conversation along until she felt better. So, Casey, you use the leverage of an older agent and just use their experience and their reputation and go from there. But that's how I would handle your age. Your age is going to be a factor. I got into the business when I was just had turned 21. Not sure how old you are, but you're probably somewhere around there, I'm guessing. That is how I did. I stood on my father's shoulders. I stood on, my business partner Chris's and everything else. That was the best possible way to do it. Burlingame is up in the house, dude. Philly's in the house. Nice, dude. Well, that's you, Gene.
I want to surprise. Yeah, I want to jump on that a minute. Let's go a little deeper into that. I think from an agent's perspective, there's obviously age is going to matter to certain people, just like your race, your sexuality. Like you can't change that somebody sees you as a 24-year-old. And if they don't want to deal with a 24-year-old, somebody who's 3 years younger than their daughter, they're not going to, for the most part, regardless of how you try to convince them. I think my pitch at that age, if I could do it all over again, would be just be supremely confident in what you do and what your value add is. So let's say today, you just started yesterday. It's going to be a tough one to get over, right? Because I don't really have any experience. I can't say to you that these 5 things are going to happen because you haven't seen them yet. But as you continue to fake it until you make it, things are going to happen, and you're going to be able to pick out certain things that set you apart from your competition regardless of their age. So be confident in what it is that you bring to the table above and beyond anyone else. Even if it's one thing like this. I'm 23. There's no other agent that's going to come in here that knows Instagram better than me, and I'm going to crush the Instagram game when we list your property. If that may be it, and they may go, Instagram, I heard that. That's the best. Sign me up. Or they might say, I think it's stupid. We're not using it. I mean, you never know how it's going to go. Confidence is the key. Sit up straight. Make sure your gun is pointed in their direction on the table, right? But no, confidence is huge, man. Confidence is huge.
No, it's true, and I love that. And you're totally right, Gina. If you own your own airspace and you just dominate it, I mean, my one of my coworkers, Ricky, dude, he's a newer agent. He's just fucking killing it. And guess he got like a $500,000 or $700,000 listing from Instagram. They called him and said, "Hey, I've been following you on Instagram. Love what you're doing. Come over and list my house."
Beautiful.
So I think own your strengths. I love that. Matt, your input?
Well, going back to what Gene said, like knowing your value, I think it's really important to know what that is, and if you're going to put something like Instagram, great, like figure out whatever that is for you. But I think, being young naturally lends itself to something like that, where you go deep on like, hey, we're going to run Facebook ads, we're going to do such and such on Instagram. I'm young, like I want to get out there and exercise anyway, so I'm going to knock on 200 doors around your home. I guarantee you, a Debbie Dinosaur who's in her 50s and works for Century 21 with her gold jacket is not going to put on the gold jacket and like I am. So it does come down to confidence. It also there's things that you can do on the marketing side though that will make it appear as though you've been in the business for longer than you have. And if you're dealing with number one, I wouldn't even go after listings if I were that young. But let's assume that you do. Get yourself a pre-listing packet. Get yourself a marketing plan. There's plenty of them around on the internet that you can download and tweak for yourself. We're working on some stuff with Aaron where he's got all of his editable documents that you can actually just steal from him and like tweak and replace the pictures and stuff. That's what I would do. Like I know that helped me a ton. Like before any listing appointment that I took back in the day, I had my business partner go out and deliver a pre-listing package the day before our appointment. Like that made a huge impact. And it was nothing fancy. It was just like 20 pages of Word docs, but it made a difference and it made us seem like we were in the business for a lot longer, even though we had no idea what the F we were doing. The second part of that is that I would not necessarily go after listings right off the bat. Nothing wrong with being a buyer's agent. You can max that out and do 30, 40 deals a year as a buyer's agent. So use that where the expectations are so much lower. And really just people want to get out there with someone that they like and someone that they trust and show them home. So why not do that?
Yeah, I like that a lot. And then, Howard, what is up, dude? Glad that you are here. All the way from Israel, dude. He's watching us in Israel right now. Yeah,
man,
super
that is
cool.
Awesome. Worldwide audience. I love it. All right, so before we dive deeper into some of the objections, Gene, share with people how they can contact the Volpinator.
Let's go to genevolpe.com or gvimedia.com. If you Google search my name, Gene Volpe, Gene, for all you, why are you laughing?
Because Carla Andrews is bitch slapping Matt on the messages right now. Matt, I'm 50. I am not Debbie Dinosaur. That's awesome.
Whoops. Uh-oh. Whoops.
Carla, I'm very sorry. I did not mean to imply you. My deepest apologies. If you put your address in a private message, I will send you a lovely handwritten note card written by someone else.
Oh my God.
Because you can't read my handwriting. So I will go that extra mile, and I will tell my beautiful girlfriend what to write in the card to you.
So sorry you don't look a day over 49, right?
You're digging us into a hole here, pal.
Yeah, we're getting worse. Okay. Wow. All right. But seriously, Carla, very, very sorry. Did not mean to imply you. Gene. So GeneVolpe.com. I put the link, guys, in the Facebook comments for you. We really appreciate it if you go check him out. You have, and we don't talk about this enough. So Gene, you have specific packages for social media for agents that start at $197, I believe, right? $197 a month.
Yeah, I think it's 195. Yeah, but yeah.
And for the amount of work that you guys do for agents, because I know what you guys are doing a little bit because you're doing it for Greg, but yeah, I mean it's for what you guys do for that kind of money, that money is very well spent. Let you guys do your thing, and then guys go out and do more work. Go talk to people and negotiate deals and do things that are even more valuable for your time. So before we get into the rest of it, Greg, Get Now Business starting next week. Is it next week already?
Holy Christ! No. Yes. It is. No, it isn't.
It's
June 5th.
No. 2 weeks. June.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks from now.
2 weeks.
Starting 2 weeks from now, guys, the Get Now Business is super freaking awesome. It's going to be everything, no cold calls, no door knocks, nothing like that. Anything soft that's hanging low fruit. Matt and I didn't know if we could do this, but we did do it. We found a program. We're getting rave reviews from it. They're putting the scripts. They're putting the activities into play. They're getting appointments. They're getting, buyers. They're making it happen. So if you guys want now business, stop fucking around and stop reinventing the damn wheel. We've already got the wheel made. Put it on your freaking car. Sign up. I'll put the link in and unless Matt just did, to Get Now Business, and you guys will get up and running on that. $297 one time. We record everything. You guys get it. You get scripts. You get all kinds of cool shit.
Yep, that's right. All right, so let's dive in. Greg, what is the first objection that you want to cover today, and we'll kind of take that from the top, and then we've got some questions we can take in the meantime.
Yeah, we'll do, guys. Put in your objections. We have 2 sheets here, but I want to hear we want to hear live fire objections you're getting. We will handle them. We will squash them like the bugs that they are.
That's right.
Nothing lacking. I guess we're not lacking confidence, huh? Okay. Here's one I like. These are all majority for inbound calls. So you're doing an outbound as an agent out to Matt and Julie and their 3 obese, wood denting, insulin sucking little, babies. So I call Matt, and your response is, I didn't call. Okay. So my response to you is,
I'm a buyer or seller. What am I?
This is going to be, I think this is on a seller, a potential value. So
okay,
this is something
like a home value. So you've got like a home value website. I came in, my address, my phone number. You're calling me.
Yeah, I'm calling you. So this is the same script that the PSL girls work. This is what we developed for them, and it's working like a charm. So here it is. So Matt, tell me to go fuck off.
All right, Greg, fuck off. Sorry, that's supposed to be in context. Let's go back up. Sorry, that was very personal. It was very personal. Go ahead. Back up. Let me do it again. Hang on.
Okay. Ring.
All right. Yeah. Hello.
Hi, is this Matt?
Why?
Oh, Matt. Hey, my name is Greg McDaniel. I'm a real estate agent in the area with J. Rockcliffe Realtors. Hey, I'm just trying to do something.
Yeah, it's not. I don't have time. Sorry.
You don't have time for what?
Okay.
Oh, I'm actually just calling you to. I'm responding to you. It looks as if you had put some of your information in regards to your property at 4211 9th Avenue.
Oh, okay. All right. So you have you have one of those websites where I pop in my my address. Now I was supposed to get like a home value report. I didn't see really anything come through. Just give me like an estimate or something.
That's exactly why I'm calling you. Most of the times people just assume the value reports go out, but we take it to the next level. A lot of the reports that you get are just a computerized report. There are 0 brains involved. All they see is 4 walls and a roof, right? And so we wanted just to quickly reach out and wanted to see if there's a time I could come on out, take a look at your home, and give you a true market value, because it's a little known secret, but it's right in front of us. Zillow is off on their valuations anywhere from 5 to 65% on their valuations, and it literally says it's just a guess. Yeah. Okay. And so if are you thinking about making a move or anything potentially?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Obviously, I wouldn't be on a website asking for my home value. So yeah, we're thinking about it.
Okay, and that's again why I'm calling. I want to make sure that when you make the decision to make a move, you actually operate off of real numbers, not hypothetical numbers.
Okay.
What would be a good day for me to pop out for maybe 10, 15 minutes, super short, no obligations. We just do this for everyone in the area as a value add for everyone.
Julie, when do the kids go to fat camp?
That was awesome.
Fat camp.
I think they go around Thursday at 10. So anytime after that, they'll be there at fat camp for a good couple of weeks. So we're free Thursday and Friday afternoons.
The dump truck picks them up. Okay, with or super suspension.
Well, it's a short bus. There's only 3 seats. They're extra wide seats.
It's custom built just for the 3 of them. Just kind of stagger them so it doesn't overweight one side of the vehicle.
Oh my God.
Okay, great. So let's do that. I'll come on over. I'll bring some information, bring some reports. Again, it's a very short, maybe 10, 15 minutes. Get to look at the upgrades you guys have put into the home. Kind of figure out what your time frames are and what I can do to bring value to you. Does that sound cool?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Great. All right, Matt. Hey, I look forward to it, and best of luck on the liposuction on your little obese little wood denters. I hope the whole procedure goes well.
Thanks, Greg.
I won't bring the donuts I usually do because I know those are temptation. Okay. I'll see something. Okay, not fucking around.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, we have way too much fun doing this.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was actually
to screw off at some point in that script. I mean, that was fantastic, and it's a great script. But I wanted to make sure I gave you a little bit of a hard time up front, but then I laid over and I let you have an appointment with me. Was I supposed to keep on going and tell you to screw off? Is that where's the objection handler in that?
The whole thing was like I didn't call. That was the name of it. Like I didn't call.
Okay, got it.
Or I didn't submit online. So you played into it just fine. I mean, I was gonna go off. Let's run the PSL script for that.
Okay.
So ring.
Hello.
Hi. Is this Matt?
Yeah, it is.
Hey, Matt. My name is Greg McDaniel. I'm with the McDaniel Callahan real estate team here in the area. Doing a couple of calls. It looks like someone from maybe your home actually submitted a request for a value on your property at 1211 7th Avenue. Would that have been you?
No, I don't think so.
Oh man, you know what? You're actually the 4th or 5th person that I've talked to. We got some hooligans out there putting in information on sites. I'm sorry about that, but well, heck, man, since I have you here, would you be interested in maybe getting an updated value? Having a report sent out to you?
Yeah, we've been here for a few years. I haven't really checked in a while. Why not?
Okay. The way we run it, we want to make sure that we can accurately give you a real number. These estimates and everything online are literally just a guess. It actually says in Zillow in their disclosures that it is just a guess, and they're off between 40 to 60%, give or take. So they all see is 4 walls and a roof. Yeah, it's a huge. No one really knows about it. They take it as God's God's word, and it's just not. Mm-hmm. So if you are at all thinking about doing something, I'd love to get my business partner out there named Gene, and Gene will be in there for about 10, 15 minutes. Take a look at what the upgrades you guys have done, give you a real number and a report, and then you know what? You guys can make a decision on which way you want to go. Does that sound fair?
I don't know. I'm busy, and honestly, Gene sounds like a guy that wears a bow tie, and I'm just, I don't know if I'm comfortable with that.
Well, we can have another agent come out.
Somebody else.
I can absolutely. I'll send Terry, my other business partner.
Somebody else.
It would be my pleasure. If you have a bow tie phobia, I fully understand. I have the same one too. Mm-hmm. We'll get Terry out there on Friday. You said around 3 would be good for you?
Sure. Yeah, it'll work.
Okay. T. Diddy will come on out and see you then.
T. Diddy. Okay, great.
You guys, the whole point of that is that when someone says that they don't, I didn't do this or I didn't do that or something along those lines, so that's exactly why I'm calling. We're getting a lot of pranksters that are putting in false information, and I apologize, but shoot, since I have you think about getting an updated value? That's really kind of the meat of the script right there, is to be able to get around anyone going because they thought it was just going to be an automated report. You want to let them know that you're going above and beyond, and that you want to bring more value than just a crummy automated report. So you want to just start building that value add and that personal relationship right up front.
All right, cool.
Matt, Gene, anyone have any input on that?
Not necessarily input on that. We do a lot of role playing on that with the.
Hell.
That's his. Gene is showing off his profile picture with the orange bow tie. Guys, if you think that he should ditch the bow tie, feel free to hit like button right now on Facebook. But
No
guys,
way.
also put in. We want to handle some live fire objections, so throw these in the Facebook comments. You know, we've talked a lot about this as far as the role playing and stuff like that, and I always loved, and you got this from your dad, that's exactly why I'm calling. Like, that is so perfect. And I think the thing is that to not be thrown off by when they say, yeah, that wasn't me. First of all, it could be a knee-jerk thing. They could not remember. Who knows? We've talked about a lot of different reasons why somebody might say that, but you basically just backtrack and go, well, like, hey, well, I have you. I mean, what the heck? Are you thinking about maybe making a move? Or you could do the go for no, right? And you could back up and you could just purely go for no, just as if it was a straight cold call. The point is, who cares? Like, you're on the phone with them. As long as you don't like get completely thrown off by it, don't just move on with the call.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that part of it. I don't think there's anything we can improve about like that script and how to handle the objection. It's basically don't get thrown off and ask the question anyway.
Yeah, just keep going. I mean, you have to completely just look at it and be like, you know what? I'm sorry about it. I mean, we have a bunch of hooligans out there putting stuff in, and gosh, since I have you, have you ever been thinking about it yourself? So let's switch over. Oh, by the way, Carla shared our video, so your apology worked, Matt.
Good.
Thank you, Carla.
I've got an objection here if you'd like to handle it. Gregory?
Matthew.
Okay. So Nicole Sanders says, I called my first FSBO yesterday, and what an awful experience. The lady was rude and just told me, quote, bring me a buyer and I'll pay 3%. But other than that, you're wasting my time.
Well, fuck her, first off. She needs to, someone peed in her cereal. They're not going to like you. That's why they're for sale by owners, right? They're trying to avoid you. And yeah, they do know that you're just trying to be out there to try to get that listing. So tell them up front, I am not here to pitch you on listing your home. That's going to knock them on their heels immediately. They're going to be like, huh? And you say, look, all I'm trying to do is I work with a lot of buyers, and I'm trying to find, since our inventory is so low, I'm trying to get ahead of the ball and look at everything that's potentially out there for sale. And so I respect your decision on not wanting to use an agent, although nationally speaking, you get about $40,000 more if you do use an agent. So if that's interesting, we can talk. But I would love to come on over, put my eyeballs on your house so that when I meet buyers, because I do open houses every weekend, I might meet the right buyer for your house. I can call you up and maybe I can just represent the buyer like you asked me to. Is that okay? Bam, bitch.
That's actually really good. That actually is really good, because I think these people are short-sighted a lot of times where they don't think about there's another end to it. That's a good point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's always two sides of a coin, guys. Always look at it from the reverse of normal. Whatever what everyone else is doing, go the opposite direction, and you're going to find it's called hunting in blue water. So red water is where in the ocean, as you guys know, when sharks or anything else attack a school of fish, there's blood in the water. That's like the average real estate agent or marketer or salesperson. They do whatever the herd does. That's like buying Zillow leads. That's fucking stupid. Everybody buys Zillow leads. We all know they're crap, but we still buy them. Do blue water hunting. Reverse hunt. Go find the make me moves and go do the same script. Go do, FSBOs. Go do the same thing. Go do expires. Go do the same thing. Don't attempt for the listing appointment. Go in, bring value, and show them that you're a hustler and a grinder and you're trying to build up a whole, basically a blacklist of homes that are not on the market. So when you meet them at an open house, be like, I got a list here. I got 4 4-bedroom 2 baths, 2 5-bedroom 3 baths, 7 3-bed 2 baths, whatever the numbers are, in these different cities, in these different neighborhoods. No addresses, just stats and everything else. Dude, that is a sexy freaking list to a buyer who's getting beat out. You are going to become like platinum, all right? And they will not be able to stay away from you. And let's say you aren't able to bring a buyer to them right away. Well, keep touching base with them once a week, bringing value to them in regards to articles or information or just popping by with market updates. Do something to stay in front of them. That's how I'd handle that.
Love it. Not to blow up your ego a little bit, but I agree with everything you said.
Oh my God,
Gene, but
Whoa.
Gene, I'm curious. I know I usually beat you up so much on this stuff, but Gene, I want to see if we can let's stretch our marketing, flex our marketing muscles a little bit, and see if we can take that to the next level. So let's say you do the legwork and you're out there and you've got kind of a secret MLS. You have this list of, let's say, 10 to 15. One guy I knew had a list of up to 100 properties in the area that were off market but open to selling at the right price, and he had all the stats and had been in contact with the sellers and yada yada. So could you strategically target on Facebook the demographic type of person that you want to work with, and go and offer, essentially, rather than just a generic, hey, search for your homes in Concord or Danville or whatever, could you offer something like secret MLS in Danville? Would be like the headline, and essentially offer a list like, hey, we have a list of the best off the market properties that no other realtor has access to. Would you like us to send you a quick overview of the homes that are on that list to see if they might fit your needs?
Yes. Yeah, but so how are you? So I think the first question would be, how are you getting that list? So I feel like there's two marketing tactics you're going to need to use. You're going to have to put something out there to gather the list of people that are.
Yeah, well, we're assuming you have that list already. So Greg is saying basically go out and build relationships with Zillow, Make Me Moves, FSBOs, old expireds. So like building the list isn't that hard. It's just you can get the data and then you can call the people up and say, hey, are you still open to selling for the right price? Yes, great, add them to the list. Like it's not that hard to get the list. Obviously there's some legwork, but let's say you've done the legwork and you have the list, you have this thing in hand that's 10, 15, 20, 30 properties, whatever. You wouldn't necessarily send out a bunch of addresses, but you've got, like, let's say you have county record pictures and you've got bedroom counts and stuff like that. So you put together this list that you could conceivably send out in a PDF. So you throw up a quick landing page, you run Facebook ads, and essentially it's a different type of bait for a buyer lead. Does that make sense?
Oh, it makes total sense. I mean, I think it's always about the lead magnet, right? So are we the trick would be, are we targeting the right people that may be interested in capturing that list? Right. just to kind of take it off that beaten path a little bit, but same concept. Maybe you do the same thing with an investor's list, because I know, being in the investing world, there's nobody wants to buy a property that's been on the MLS for 8 days. There's a reason why other investors are passing it by, right? There's probably not enough equity in it. So maybe there's a way for you to to have another list that says, I'm in the circles with these investors that are looking to buy and sell. I have a program where I'm looking for distressed and dilapidated properties, X, Y, and Z. And I also have an investment property list too, if you're thinking about doing it that way. So you could run those two in parallel or even individually. It doesn't matter. But I think it's all about, is the lead magnet strong enough to capture people's information, number one? And number two, are you targeting people? If you're in Danville and you're sending your information out to San Diego, does that help you at all?
No, we're talking about, like, for Greg's example, yeah.
Yeah, no, but that's what I mean. But a lot of people need to understand that you need to really, there's more to it. It's geography, it's where they live. I mean, and the other part of it too is you'd have to know your market a little bit. So, for example, Greg, people that live in Danville, and I'm just asking a crazy question, you might not know the answer, but is there a percentage that typically stays in Danville when they make their move? Is the majority of the moves upgraded, downgraded? Like, I think there's a lot to it that you need to know first before you hone in and then go after specific elements on that Facebook ads manager to target those people, so your cost per click goes down, right? Yeah. Does that make sense?
Generally, when you get into Alamo Danville, you don't leave Alamo Danville, because once you get in, there's a high probability you're not getting in again, because the prices just do this, like fucking assholes what we are over here. But another idea to get a lead magnet that I've heard to be extremely popular and powerful is create a ad and put it on Facebook to say, hey, I will give a $50 gift card. It could be just something simple like this, like the free ones, to anyone who allows me to come in and do a practice listing presentation to you for 30 minutes. Now, this is going to do two things. One, this is going to allow you to sharpen your skills as a listing presenter. God, my English is it's my second language. My first language is just dyslexia. Obviously, it's seeping through. So your listing presentation is going to get sharper. You're going to have an ad out there showing that you are, always honing your skills. And third off, guys, when you give the value add, the card, the gift card, the Visa card, it costs you $50, but you got in front of someone, you got to know them, they got to see your professionalism level, and then you can ask them a quick little questionnaire: how'd I do? What could I fix? Where was I strong? Where was I weak? Would you have hired me? Would you not have hired me? Are you guys thinking about selling anytime in the near future? It could be an opportunity for you to get into someone's house without even knowing, if they're knowing their true intentions. Or, hey, who do you know that I should be sitting with? Any of your friends and family that are thinking of moving that should be seeing this presentation? Okay, that is sneaky dog right there, and that does a lot for you.
Yo, on top of that, right? Is there anything that and the answer to this is yes, but you got to think about this in your market. If they were to take you up on your offer and allow them in the house, is there an easy way for you to leave something behind that provides them value, but that also is littered with your information? So I'll give you a perfect example. Not everybody's going to have a book, right? And I'm looking around for a book here. Here we go. Wait. Do I have one? Here we go. So let's say I was Brendan Burchard, right? If this was an ebook on 25 reasons you should look into selling your property today as opposed to 3 years ago. And it basically has Greg's picture on it with information. And you go, listen, I just had one additional thing I wanted to leave with you. It's just my ebook. It's some great tips. Leave it around, throw it out. I don't care what you do with it. I just want to leave it behind. If you don't want it, you may know somebody that could use it. I think having something like the value add that they leave on their refrigerator or something that gives them information that makes you look like an expert is a huge thing. For 6 months, they go, you know what? We do want to move. Let's call that guy back with the book again.
Yeah, you must have telepathy, because I am actually having that made right now with my ugly mug on the front of the book.
Beautiful.
And here's the kicker on that, guys. If you're going to do the book idea, before you go to the meeting, write a thank you note on the inner cover of the book and sign it. They're not going to throw away a book that's signed.
Yep.
Unless they're absolute assholes. And then, fine, throw the book away. Hope you rot in hell. That costs me money.
Make sure it's not an especially cheesy picture on the cover. Maybe they won't throw it out. All right, let's. We've got about 20 minutes left. Let's do some rapid fire. Let's do a lightning round of objections. How about that?
Okay, let's go.
Didn't get the blood pumping, Gene?
Yes, I like it. Go.
Come on.
Are we doing
Gene,
something?
Greg, you have the objections.
Oh, I'm waiting for you. I thought you were doing something.
I'm like, oh shit, what do I have to do? Am I supposed to do something?
Okay. Okay, who wants it? Who am I firing this at?
Well, fire to Gene. We'll alternate. Just throw one out and we'll riff on it.
Oh,
Gene.
boy.
Gene.
And Paul, the answer is yes, I do. Johnson does want a book with Greg's face on it. I'm going to put it right here next to my monitor so I can gaze at it lovingly while I work.
And then throw darts at it.
That's right.
I have to sell my house first.
Interesting. Let's see. So I am the prospective buyer's agent, but I would like to have that listing, right, Greg? Is that the scenario?
No. I have to sell my house
but
first.
I'm just asking, do I want that listing?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Great. Well, I have an excellent marketing plan that can potentially help you with that. That's a separate conversation. Just tell me a little bit about like what your perfect move. What would that look like? Like if everything just sailed through perfectly and everything went off without a hitch. Tell me what that looks like for you.
Well, I would like to sell for $875,000, and I would like to do it without having any open houses, no brokers tours, no sign in front of my house. And that's, because I don't like anyone in my house. I have a good friend. He's an agoraphobe, and he doesn't leave, and he's staying with me. His name's Matt. But
I'd like to meet this Matt. He sounds gorgeous. But unfortunately, Greg, with the price point that you're looking for, your $150,000 crappy condo on the back end of Concord really doesn't fit the profile of what buyers are looking for in that $870,000 price point. Can you help me to understand how you arrived at that? Are there any maybe condos around in your shitty neighborhood that I don't know about that may have sold recently in the $800,000 to $900,000 price range? I'm not perfect. I could have overlooked some things in the MLS when I wasn't looking for that $1 million listing in your condo complex.
All right, back the fuck up. Let's start this over again. We're having way too much fun being jerk offs. Okay. No, so it's I have to sell my house first. So So Matt,
I'll be the homeowner.
okay.
So, Greg, Greg, I would love to move forward. I'd love to see some homes and stuff like that. But honestly, like, I don't want to see something out there and then, like, I still have to sell my home. It's not even on the market. So no, like, we can't move forward with seeing a house today.
Hey, I totally appreciate that, Matt. I would never want to put you in a position that would make you uncomfortable. And I know that if I couldn't afford something, I wouldn't want to go look at it because I'd get my hopes up. I've got my hopes up, and then when it sells, then I know my wife is going to be upset with me because I know what she's looking for. She's looking for that wolf range, right? So let's do this. Let's say we could get your home on the market, right? What would that time frame look like for you? Would you want to get it on sooner or later?
Sooner. It probably needs to be on the mark within the next couple months.
Okay, when you say couple of months, is that 1, 2, or 3 months? Just so I can understand your expectations.
Oh, man, I'd love to get it up within the month, but honestly, like, with the way things go, I feel like we need a lot of improvements to make. I feel like, it probably wouldn't be until a couple months in that we could get it up on the market, but man, time frame short, like, school is letting out, and we've got like 3 months to make this happen.
Okay, let's do this. Our team's going to put our battle armor on for you. We're going to go to war and to defend you and get you guys moving. We're going to bring my team in. We're going to bring our stager, Timothy, in. He's going to give an evaluation. We're going to have our handyman going to follow him right after and make sure that we can get those fixed-up items done as soon as possible. Once those are done, Eileen, our team manager, is going to call and order professional photos, get those taken care of. We're going to make sure this house is shining. We have our landscape architects going to come out and give some potential ideas to make that front yard really pop. So when mama buyer comes up and sees that beautiful front yard, she's going to tell Papa buyer, hey, pump the brakes. We got to go and see this thing. And then, of course, we're going to work on your schedule. Okay. So I know that you and Julie are, your kids are, having health issues with the liposuction, and we're going to work with that.
It's been a journey.
It's been a journey. I mean, they did lose 700 pounds. God bless them.
Yeah,
but
I was just the oldest one.
Jesus Christ. So you know what we're going to do here is we're going to take this off of your shoulders. Our team will handle everything from this point forward. If you have any questions or concerns, I want you to contact us immediately. At all times, one of the principal partners are going to be boots on ground here for you. So you will never not have someone be able to handle something for you, but we'll work in concert with you as a team and get this thing up and running so we can get out there and find that house. At the same exact time, we're going to be going through our database and we're going to be looking for anyone who might have a home that might fit what we were talking about, what you guys are trying to do. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, that makes me feel very safe and snugly safe.
Okay, good. Well, I'm glad you're snugly safe. That's our goal here at the McDaniel Callahan team. Mm-hmm. So let's do this, Matt. First things first.
Wait.
What?
Wait, you're going to get rid of that objection? I didn't tell you my objections yet.
I'm just finishing it off.
Oh, okay.
All right. So next steps are you're going to be hearing from Eileen's going to be in communication with you. She's going to set up the times for Timothy and our handyman to come on over, and then we'll just take steps from there, Matt. But hey, I'm really excited to work with you. You guys are awesome humans, and you're the type of people we want to hang out with and work with.
Right. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Nice read. Nicely done, Johnson. You didn't beat me up.
No, I didn't.
Okay, Gene, you're up to bat, buddy.
Oh, you ready for me now?
Wait, it's my turn, or Matt? And you're going against Matt, dude.
No. Now listen, no. I think first thing you did, I think right off the bat was you should absolutely insult their intelligence and neighborhood right as soon as you walk in the place.
And that is the East Coast.
That's like just what Matt said. Like, what makes you think your property is like? I think that's great. I love that. Like, let me just call it what it is. No, I'm kidding. But so there's two things. One is, there is obviously if you're looking to get your house sold before you can make your move, that's wonderful because that's what I specialize in, right? The home selling process is about getting as many qualified eyeballs on your property as humanly possible. That's what me and my team do. My team and I do on a regular basis. That's my specialty. The one thing I didn't hear you say, Greg, which I'd like maybe for you to jump in on, is the whole contingency. Listen, that's why I'm good at what I do, which is negotiating these contracts. So what happens is I would like to send you the information that you and your wife need to get into that next dream vision home of yours, right? I understand that there's the element of that, you don't want to carry two mortgages. That makes total sense. This is why you use us, because I'm going to protect your home selling versus what you have. You may find your dream home before your property sells. We don't want that to happen, right? If we do find it and you get an offer accepted, we can make that contingent upon the sale of your house. And people that are getting full price for their property sometimes will allow for that 30 or 60-day process, and then it's up to us to work. If it doesn't work, you get your deposit back, no skin left in the game. We can make sure we handle all that. But the contingency is a big deal. So what I would do is I would put this out on the table, complete transparency. I want to be, Matt, I want to be your concierge moving forward. You may not be ready today. I would like to be unintrusive and give you some great information. Let me start sending you videos. I'll send you videos of properties that are for sale, just so you can look at price range, neighborhood, and what's available. Does it have granite? Is there a pool in the backyard? You don't have to do anything with it. Just keep an eye on it, because in my world, that may end up triggering Matt. His wife sees something and says, we need that right now. Put the house up. Let's go. I mean, maybe not. But transparency for me is this. Matt, I want your business long term. I want you to be a client. That's why I'm in this, and that's the reason why I'm calling you. So I need you to know that it's about the relationship. It's about the commission. That's all fine. But I also need you to know that I'm phenomenal at what I do, and I'm going to work at your pace, and I just am asking that you allow me to send you some information.
Mm-hmm. The one tweak on that, I'm going to do on that is I like the whole the contingency on the sale of your home. I'm actually just negotiated a contract on this. So the thing is, I would say, Matt, to make you the most attractive, and if we do go into a contingency, contract on the sale of your home, that's not a problem. It's common practice here in the area. But to make you the most attractive, we need to have your home up on the market, and we need to have an offer on your home. And what we'd really like to do is have an offer on your home and have the contingencies removed. Therefore, the future sellers of your new home will feel secure that your home will close. Now, that's the perfect world. If we can't get all the way down the rabbit hole on that, at least get your home on the market, at least have showings, or at least have a contract on the home if their buyers are still going through the contingency timeframes. But the most important thing is to get it up and get it on the market as soon as possible. That's where my team is going to come in. We're going to handle it for you. We're going to make it an easy, simple transaction. We're also going to, make it like I want to be your concierge, and I want you to call me if you need anything: a painter, a handyman, an attorney, a cleaner, movers, packers. You call us. We have them, people that we use every day. So if you need anything, you just give us a ring, and we'll get it over to you. Does that sound fair?
I don't know, Greg. Sounds like you thinking I need to paint my home. I don't like that. I'm going to go with some other agent that tells me I need to. I want to try to get in 2 more objections before we shut down the show here. So let's do lightning round. 2 more.
Oh, Andrew has a question. So Andrew, if you can get that question up, we will be happy to answer. Unless Matt, you can see it. Okay. My friend/family member is a real estate agent.
Oh, that's easy. Are you kidding me?
Go.
Oh, dude, you really want to do business with family? Come on. Seriously, if that's really
Philadelphia answer right there. Like,
no, listen. I've sat back and watched so many relationships spoil because I decided I was going to save 0.5%. You're crazy, man. Don't do that to your cousin. Really don't.
You've officially gotten stupid, sir. And,
yeah, that's terrible.
So you would want to handle something that what they're talking about, like go to this side of like, okay, well, I can understand. There's 2 different ways to play that. So Matt just told me that he has a best friend in the business, right?
Right.
So Matt, you know where this is going. So say that. Okay, tell me you.
Play with you.
Yeah.
Well, Greg, I've got a really, really good friend in the business. He's in real estate, so I really should go with him.
Oh, I totally get that, man. I've had some friends use me. I've had some friends not use me. Out of curiosity, is your friend, does he or she work this area?
Yeah, well, he's about 45 minutes away or so,
Okay. So here's the thing. Real estate is hyper local. And, to understand the marketplace, and I understand he's your friend, and I'm not saying he doesn't know the marketplace. You were telling me earlier that you guys both grew up here, but when it comes to the real estate market, he knows San Jose, I'm assuming San Jose, Fremont, somewhere down that area, about 45 minutes out, that he knows those streets like the back of his hand. He probably knows what the people have dinner on some of those streets, right? I'm the same way up here. I know the marketplace. I know the area like the back of my hand. I could drive this area blindfolded. So what I would suggest, and I know you need to talk it over with the boss, but here's a proposal. Why don't I represent you guys, and I would be happy to pay a 25% referral fee to your best friend, and he can make a few dollars off the deal, and so you can feel good, and he can make some money next time you guys hang out. There's no bad blood, and I can represent you to the highest level of professionalism here in the area. Would that be something you consider?
I would have to run it by my wife, but yes, I would be open to a conversation about that.
Great. Let's chat. I'll talk. We'll chat tomorrow.
Okay.
So that's the one of them. Then the other one is the financial objection. Like Gene went in like a sledgehammer. Fucking idiot. But I mean,
Really?
like, really, you're gonna show? You really want to expose the underbelly there?
Listen, I told you I was working on the condescending face. This is what you get. I'm going to list with my brother, I guess. How's that? It was pretty good, right?
Nicely done. I pity anyone that's listening on iTunes that did not see the expression.
Oh my God.
Go to watch the video, rulive.com. Go watch the video.
Howard, if their husband is a real estate agent, say, you know what? I sure as heck do not want to make Thanksgiving awkward. I know that you have great in-house counsel, and I wish you all the best. Slap them on the butt and get them out the door. You're not going to win that fucking one.
Slap them on the butt.
No way.
Kevin has a good one there. It's and we might have to close out with this. What about the objection of someone who only wants to sell with a broker?
Congratulations. You work in a fucking brokerage. There is a broker. Next question.
Easy enough.
They don't pull punches in Philly. That's true. All right, Greg, what have you got there that we'd like to make our final objection? Bring it home for us. Bring it home.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Make it a fun one. Make it a real fun one.
I'm not ready to move yet.
Not ready to move yet. How would I handle that?
Stunned silence.
Well, I would go.
Do Gene's face.
Okay. No, wait. I'm stunned, but I'm recovering. So Greg, I'm curious. So obviously you're thinking about moving, but it doesn't sound like you have anything that's like pushing you or pulling you out where you're on somebody else's timeline. So what was it that initially got you, thinking about making a move?
Oh man, I was watching like House Hunters, man, and they were looking at all these prices and these pretty homes, and I said, well, heck, man, if those schmoes can get that amount, I know I can get a good amount. So yeah, just thinking.
Okay. So you're thinking about like capitalizing on, how much your home is worth now versus, when you bought it. What would you do? Like, let's say everything went perfectly and you got a big chunk of change, for your house, like House Hunter style. Somebody showed up your door, the camera crew, and handed you a contract. Like, what would you do with the money? Would you go throw it into your dream home? Would you take a big vacation? Would you buy some investment property? Like, what would you do with the money?
Oh man, I got to pay off some credit card debt. To be honest, between you and me, I racked up some credit card debt. I know. So pay that off. It's kind of been keeping me up at night, and then probably look for an investment property. But we want to downsize, man. We want to downsize. But like I said, we're just thinking. We're getting up in age. We're late 30s. The knees don't work like they used to.
Man, I tell you, getting out of bed in the morning.
It's achy, painful. The cold was really bad.
Okay.
No.
So finances are kind of keeping you up at night. It'd be nice to get that load, off your shoulders essentially, and then maybe get your kind of on the path to a better financial future. Maybe throw some investment property into the portfolio, that kind of thing. Obviously, that's believe me, I get the financial pressure. That is no fun, to live with that, and that gets worse over time. Let me ask you, how much is that? Is it worth the effort of just, having your home on the market for a couple of weeks and have some people come through there and maybe take some dinners while there's showings going on in order to get that process moving, to get that peace of mind?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. That's really the decision that needs to be made, because it is a great time to sell. You're in a great neighborhood. You're going to get a nice chunk of change out of the home. Now, I'd have to look at the home in person to see exactly how much I think buyers might pay for it, to know exactly what that chunk of change might be. We can talk about that. But I know that you get something, a nice chunk of change out of the home. So the only question is, just what is that worth to you in terms of your peace of mind and getting started on that journey towards more financial independence?
All right. So let's cut the bullshit. How much do you think you can get for my house?
Yeah. I'll come over tomorrow afternoon and I'll tell you.
No, that's my naked sunbathing day.
Morning,
I can't have you over.
Saturday morning.
It's my naked sunbathing day. I can't do tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Well, let's try to avoid naked sunbathing day. How about Sunday afternoon at 3?
That'll be great. I'll just get out of my 6 hours of church, so that it'll be a perfect time to re-engage.
Great. So so when you get back from the Southern Baptist convention, I will stop by.
Fantastic.
Okay. I've been in some 6-hour church services, just saying. All right, Gene, what have you got?
I think I've gone to 6 hours of church my entire life, cumulative. No, I'm kidding about that. I'm kidding. I'm Catholic. I'm a recovering Catholic. Went to school for 12 years. I've been to plenty masses. I really have nothing other than to say that I would have interjected and said, tomorrow's my naked sunbathing day. Maybe we could do it together. Not weird, right? And we'll talk CMAs. And we'll talk CMAs while we're nude. Sorry.
Oh my God, that's so weird.
I got nothing.
Okay, so here I would.
Well, we'll close out there then. Great.
Here, so let's do this. Matt, ask me tell me you're not ready to move.
Okay. Greg, we're just not ready to move. Honestly.
Okay. Can I ask a question? Is it family? Is it work? Is it the time of year? What is kind of what are you kind of waiting for? Huh?
It's holding us back. Honestly, it's just I feel like there's so much that needs to be done to the house, and I just don't have the time to do it. It's believe me, like if you saw my garage, you'd understand. Like we've been here for 12 years.
Oh, I get it. I mean, you should see mine. It's the same way. But that's actually uniquely good that you have, you've got some work you need to get done and you have a cluttered garage, because we see this in all of our clients. You are very much the norm. We bring our teams in, Matt, and so we can take it right off of your shoulders. We have a professional packing team that will pack and organize you. We have a professional hauling team that will take away all the garbage that you don't want to keep or donate. We can literally bring our teams in and take care of the entire process for you. And all you have to do is just say, okay, guys, donate this pile, or look through, this is where I want to donate these things to, or, I don't need that old jet ski. You can get rid of that thing that's been rotting in the backyard for 10 years. Whatever the level is.
Where do you think I live, Greg?
We are in Oklahoma, right?
That's Oklahoma. Oh, screw you, Greg. Oh, that's funny. All I heard was, hey, I'm going to have someone show up and haul all of your trash out of your house and out of your
You just told me you're full of shit.
But I got you. I understand, Greg. First of all, I did not know that was an option. Honestly, I was like, we need to get out of this house. I've been thinking a lot about it. It's been weighing on my mind, but I was assuming that I was going to have to do all of it.
Nope. That's why you hire us. We are a fully functional, complete A to Z real estate transaction in a box for you. Anything you want, need, or desire, we can provide to you with trusted third-party vendors. And we're going to walk right next to you through this whole transaction. You'll never see us go on vacation, because we have 3 principal partners. One of them will always be on ground here to negotiate and work with you hand in hand on either side. So, yeah, dude, we got you covered, man. Let's do this. Let's set up a time. Let me come on over. Take a look at your property. You and I can sit down. I'll bring some information on the people I talked about. You can give them a call, vet them out. If you like what they have to say, we'll talk about next steps. If you don't, then what we'll do is we'll just stay in contact. And when you feel that it is the right time, we'll go from that point. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, it's very fair.
Okay. Then I'll come on over. Blah, blah, blah. You said what fucking time and you go.
Right.
Wait. One thing, value add and leave behinds. So I wanted to add one more thing there. When you tell them about
their own book. I mean, they don't even need to hear this. They've
no,
already got their own book.
No, it's not a book. No,
come on. This is old hat. We don't need to talk about this.
Listen, very important. If you create a list of, think about this. Every real estate agent has 3 preferred vendors for every single line of work. You got mortgage brokers. I got 3 of them. You got somebody who can help with a HELOC because you're interested in maybe possibly buying an investment property. You want to leverage what you already have. I have 3 of those guys. How about when you're ready to do the garage? I have 3 haulers and movers. So what I'm going to do, if you're okay with it, I'm going to send you our checklist for you to put on your refrigerator, and it's going to have my face and name and number. But call these guys. We do it in threes, so I'm not steering you anywhere. You can call all 3, get the best price, see what feels good in your stomach. And I have a leave there. So they basically, the whole time, it's not about that. So if you're going to give them that information and tell them you have the teams, take it one step further and say, I'm going to mail you out this little tri-page brochure. And I'll email it to you too if you want to give me your email address. And now they have some takeaways that are sitting on their counter again, but they're valuable takeaways. So if they want to call a painter, they're looking at your face while they're looking for a phone number. So that's one other element I'd add to that.
Yeah, and that's what I love, is because, like, Greg, you've got the phrasing and the sales technique down so well, but I love adding the marketing component in there that makes the sales even easier. And just like that, the combination of those 2 things blows people away, because most people fall so heavily on one side or the other. Very few people are able to do both.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right. All right. Let's wrap. Matt, put a bow on this bitch.
All right. Gene, remind people of where they can connect with you.
gvimedia.com or genevolpe.com. What?
And you are Gene Volpe, pretty much across all social platforms. Very, very easy to find. There's not a lot of other people named Gene Volpe in the world. I have found this to be true, so it's very easy to find him. All right, for us, no, never mind. We'll just move on from that.
Oh, come on. Where are you going to go with that?
No. I was going to, no. Anyway, there was a fragment of a joke there. It did not become a fully formed reality. It stayed a zygote of a joke in my mind. It did not go where I wanted it to go. So the point of this being, go to getnowbusiness.com, guys. We've got a bunch of people watching here. It's only 2 weeks out. Do not wait. This class will fill up soon, and we are taking no more than 20 people. If you snooze, you will lose. So go to the website, sign up. It's only $297. Here's the two things that we're going to teach you this. There are people that you have a connection with and people that have a need for what you do. Those two things are the shortcuts to finding people who are ready to do business with you within the next 90 days. Zero cold call, zero door knocking, no big marketing budget. And we're not talking about dropping 10,000 postcards and all this, dropping 10 grand in Facebook ads and all this stuff. We're talking about looking at the people that you already know, the people that they know, and expanding out that circle until you find the people that have a need for what you do. And there's already a built-in connection to you, to where there's trust and credibility, and the appointment and the introduction is very, very easy, very soft, and it's a lot easier to get them to make a decision to go with you and start moving forward. So that's what the class is all about. We're going to talk about conversations that convert, like how to actually have intelligent, rational, reasonable conversations with people about real estate that makes them want to work with you, which is awesome. There's so much stuff that we get into. I even pull back the kimono, so to speak. We were joking about that earlier. Pull back the kimono, and I show you my exact lead generation process, which involves LinkedIn, which we have never shared anywhere except for this course, guys. So that's at getnowbusiness.com. So go check that out, guys. Follow us all on Facebook. You can connect with all of us on social media. Gene, you're on more than the rest of us. Greg and I focus pretty much on Facebook, and Greg, you're also on Instagram at McDanielCallahan.realestate. And anything else you want to point out?
No, man, the great show, guys. Thanks for all the great questions. If you guys would leave a comment and give us an emoji, please. We're looking to gain more traction here on the show so that it would be served up to more people. So if you guys watch this even on the replay, please go back and give us an emotion, give an emoji, and give us a comment. That is it, guys. Until next time, we out. Peace out, ninjas. We gone.